The Forza Horizon series has been one of the best around because it's given players sprawling landscapes by which they can race and drive to their heart's content. In the case of Forza Horizon 5, that would mean you get to drive across their version of Mexico. But because of the massive setting, there are all sorts of ways you can play. You can go on your own open road adventure, you can race with friends or against them, you can go on a deep story mode filled with unique characters and challenges, and of course, you'll have all sorts of cars you can drive in. So if you've never played a Forza Horizon title, here's a great one to start with. The game boasts one of the most impressive collections of vehicles and tracks out there on the market right now. We're talking over 200 different and top-tier kinds of vehicles, and then over 120 kinds of tracks that you can go and race them on. The level of depth and detail in this game is one that needs to be seen to be believed. So try out Project Cars 3 and witness its grand scale for yourself.
To first place, great job, keep pushing.
If you're more of the off-road type, then Dirt 5 might just be what you want from a racing title. Because while you are going and driving incredibly powerful cars and vehicles, you'll be doing it in a variety of settings that, let's just say, will test you and your vehicles in special ways. There are over 70 tracks in this game, and they're set across 10 different massive locations all over the world, all of which have been beautifully rendered for you to enjoy. Arguably the best part is that the variety of cars make it clear that whether you want to go on the road, off the road, or through the road, there's a vehicle here for you. One of the beauties of systems like the Xbox One is that they have allowed video games to get quite expansive in their worlds, and The Crew 2 is a great example of that on the racing front. Because in this game, you'll be a part of Motor Nation, a living, breathing racing world where you can do anything you want in the racing sense with the push of a button. No, really, you can take to vehicles on the ground, in the sky, and through the water, and then switch out to another vehicle in seamless fashion. Partake in a grand campaign to become a champion, or just race around and have the time of your life. Another thing that racing games like to do is give you a simulation of various racing competitions that you yourself wouldn't be able to be a part of naturally. Assetto Corsa Competizione, for example, allows you a realistic simulation of the GT3 Championship. And when we say this is a simulation, we mean that they went to the greatest of levels to try and make it as accurate as possible in terms of the cars, the tracks, the styles of races you can partake in, and more. Assetto Corsa Competizione will make you really feel like you're there, even though you're just on your Xbox One. Hot Wheels Unleashed is a fun game you can get for your Xbox. This title proves that the licensed toy brand many of us grew up with can work as an arcade racer. Developer Milestone clearly has a similar reverence for Hot Wheels as we do, and it shows in the loving attention to detail in-game. Every plastic vehicle features minute details to make you smile, such as fingerprints, a made-in-China marking, and imperfections in the paint coating of a ride. Handling is easy to get to grips with and rewards players who master drifting and figure out shortcuts on tracks. On top of that, the tracks themselves end up being a true highlight thanks to their realistic scale. SnowRunner is a game that doesn't have you driving the fastest of vehicles, rather, it has you driving some of the more sturdy and bulky ones. Because in this game, you'll take command of a massive vehicle delivering cargo across some of the most rough terrains in all of the world. You'll have contracts to complete, and you'll need to get them done on time and with no damage to your cargo. The better you do, the more jobs you'll get, and the more money you'll get to spend on your truck to better make sure it endures all the challenges ahead. So for something a bit different, try out SnowRunner. If you're a fan of the F1 season, you love every race that happens and enjoy the incredible speed of which the cars get to go. Now, in F1 2022, you'll be able to enjoy the most recent season and get to be a part of the races in your own way. Partake in the entire season and go to all the locations in which the original races took place. With every race, improve your car in order to be better for the next one, as well as challenge your friends or other online racers in order to test yourself further. Every race matters in F1 2022, so don't miss your chance for victory. Much like Flat Out 4, Wreckfest channels the energy of destruction derby action. Yet, its hardcore driving model and detailed car destruction place a stronger emphasis on rewarding player skill. Damage can seriously affect how cars handle as they get battered and bent beyond recognition. Debris from cars even remains on track, making each successive lap harder. Making matters even more challenging are the AI drivers, which put up a stiff challenge as they dive bomb and T-bone you out of the way. It all forces players to adapt their driving strategy on the fly, creating a constant sense of danger. If you're not a fan of the earlier Project Cars game, then perhaps your best option is to go to the previous Project Cars title, simple workarounds and all that. With over 180 cars, 12K support, and the ability to play this game in VR, you'll have a lot to do. With a 24-hour cycle of racing and new loose track conditions, you'll find that racing in this title will be very much like racing in the real world. So experience the variety and clever accuracy of the game and see if you like it. The Forza series, in general, does fantastic in the market, though that statement is especially true with their Horizon line. Forza Horizon 4 will still follow the same feel and tone as the past installments, though it will be taking place in a fictionalized United Kingdom. With over 400 licensed cars, players can race among each other through the variety of intense high-speed tracks. Likewise, there are servers that will support up to 72 players, making races filling and competitive. Forza Motorsport is technically the original of the Forza series, with the Forza Horizon spin-off arriving much later on. Forza Motorsport 7 is one of the best in the series as well. This game is a fantastic racing game that uses superb graphics and typical brilliant gameplay that will keep you engaged for a long time. The only aspect that undermines the game is the currency system, which makes it feel more like a grind than any other racing game in the past. Even the sheer number of tracks and cars won't change that, and it suffers massively from it. But if you can look past this, then you've got a really great racing game.